From the top of the town at 715 Main Street in historic Deadwood, it's time for another episode of the DTC Blow and Smoke Podcast.
Yeah, I love you, baby. I don't mind the other boss. I don't mind you're the boss. Yes, I love you, baby. And I don't mind you're the boss. I don't mind you're the boss. 'Cause I give you what you need. No matter what the cost.
Welcome to Deadwood Blues Fest presents a special edition of DTC Blow and Smoke Podcast. I am Eye Candy Randy. Back over there behind the board is the preacher, mixing and mastering. You'll notice that someone is missing. It's not on purpose. It's becoming a habit. And you're going to say, wow, Pierce isn't on the thing again. That's because we had a opportunity that we're thankful for, even though the circumstances weren't great. Joining me today, middle of the afternoon on, what is today, Thursday, one of our featured artists and your host for Jam here at the Deadwood Tobacco Company for the Blues Fest, has played here before, winner of the Wild West Songwriters Festival 2024, a ton of accolades in 1,700 bands. You can Google it. That's how many he plays in. Everybody from the Twin Cities, Mr. Mark Joseph, thanks for stopping by.
Hey, you're welcome. Good to see you, Randy.
You as well. So you're here in town because last night you were the first act on the new Spearfish band show for Spread the Tunes. How'd that go?
It was great. The first show on the brand new amphitheater. It's a gorgeous stage, and we had a huge crowd out there. It was great. Rain held off just long enough to get the show in, and it was a wonderful time. They have a beautiful, beautiful stage up there.
Good turnout, I would hope so, for those guys.
It was huge. I think they said 600 plus or something.
Beautiful.
Good crew. Yeah.
And if you're not familiar, this is a weekly, right? Correct? It's weekly for the summertime?
Yeah, they do every Wednesday up there. Spread the Tunes brings the music together. They worked with local sponsorship and do all kinds of great works for the community, and it's amazing. Yeah, every Wednesday through the summer up in Spearfish.
And Zach's heavily involved in that, right? Zach, your contact? I know him. I know him through socials. Never met him.
Yeah, he supports for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of a different Zach. Yes, Zach is very much the driver of it, and our friend Andrew. They have a huge team of people behind it.
Beautiful.
Yep.
I want to say thank you to you guys because you have been very active on our socials for the Blues Fest. When we first announced we're doing it, I think Zach's first comment was, "You better bring Mark Joseph in." I'm like, "Well, lo and behold, buddy."
All right, I owe him a drink then.
We've already had that discussion.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, a little bit of a traffic issue, a little equipment malfunction that you're having fixed, and then heading off to Sioux Falls?
Yeah, getting the trailer fixed today up in Spearfish. It's good. Luckily, we had a day off, so I mean, if you're gonna break down, it's good to do it on a day off, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I'm no stranger to those situations. And,
Unfortunately.
so yeah, it's all good. It's getting fixed right now, and we head over to Sioux Falls tomorrow. We have a private party over there we're doing for some friends of ours, and then we come back again Saturday for Wild Bill Days. So.
Awesome. Yeah, that's going to be incredible. I mean, the crowd's already here. We're seeing it pick up. They moved the dock dogs over across the street in the parking lot for the info center. Yeah. That's going to be helpful, free up a little traffic space. And do you know what time you're on the stage for Wild Bill?
6 o'clock, I believe it is on Saturday. Yep.
Beautiful. Right at the Outlaw Square.
Outlaw Square, yep.
Awesome. It's going to be a great show. Make sure you stop in back for that. And then, like I said, you're in 1,700 bands, but you have core projects. You can play any genre. Of course, we have you for the Blues Fest, so you'll be featuring your blues material. You're also in one of the heritage jam bands in the Midwest, Northwest, or Central Midwest, the Big Woo, out of Minneapolis, Twin Cities area. Yep. Also, you heavily feature in some of your stuff Americana, folk, country, rock sounds. Yep. What are you bringing for Wild Bill Days on Saturday?
Wild Bill's Days will be it'll be just like all my shows, it'll be an eclectic mix of all styles and genres. But we're playing a lot of the stuff from the Palisade Peach record currently. Mm-hmm. We have a really killer lineup, band lineup for this show on Saturday. So we actually have Nate Edgar on bass. He came in from Providence, Rhode Island. He plays in a band called the Nth Power. He's a world-class bass player. He's worked with Stephen Marley. He's worked with John Brown's Body, and he's just a fabulous player. Super funky cat. I was on a gig with him at the Sundance Film Festival in Utah this past February, and we met out there. Our mutual friend Jeff Franca, who's a drummer from Thievery Corporation, brought us together for a big all-star kind of show out there, and so I met Nate out there, and we just hit it off. He's so good. So. He's on the gig, and we got Sean Smitty Smith from Minneapolis. He's one of the premier gospel drummers in the Twin Cities. So that rhythm section makes it very funky, very danceable. And, of course, we got our crew, longtime crew, Stephanie Devine singing, and Eddie Hondo Juntanen on the Hammond organ vocals. And, we're just going to bring the heat. It's going to be a variety show, really danceable, fun, funky, up-tempo show for y'all.
Very nice. We appreciate that. Make sure you stop in if Ethan gets us up by Saturday. If not, it was a tremendous show, Mark. I'm really happy that you played so well.
It was great. Thanks for coming.
All right, that's enough plugging everybody else's shit. We're thankful that the Wild Bill Days is next door now. But let's talk Blues Fest. I think we started discussing this way back in probably October, November, and it took months and months of work, but we're very happy that you are one of our big regional featured bands. And what are you going to have in store for the people in July?
Yeah, Blues Fest. Well, I wouldn't play guitar if it weren't for the blues, for starters. So it's really the roots of everything that I do. We're very excited to be a part of it, and I'm excited that you guys are leaning into the blues. It's really the cornerstone of American music. I'm pumped. I'm going to play all kinds of stuff for you. Of course, the blues are a catalyst to all kinds of different flavors, styles, tempos, different colors of the blues, if you will. And so we're going to bring a little of everything. I'm excited. We're gonna do the Blues Jam here on Friday, right?
Yep, that's for the VIPs. Yep.
So we're gonna have VIP Blues Jam here on Friday. So make sure you get your VIP tickets so you can come party with me.
Salesman right there.
We're gonna get I don't want. It's not a party if it's just me,
Yeah, exactly.
And I like to party with other people too. So you guys come join me for that, and we're gonna have a ball. We're gonna mix it up. If you've the Wild West Songwriter Festival, we have a similar thing. Bring all the artists in town. We're going to be invited to come down. We're all going to collaborate and jam. And that's part of the beauty of the blues. It's a language. If you know it, you can play it. So we're going to invite everybody down to come and hang and collaborate. And I'm sure, we're going to strike some gold on that. And it's going to get wild, and we'll have some fun. Kick it off right on Friday night. And then I've got Stanley, the Baron's coming in, our dear friend from L.A. Stanley's a living legend. He just got his star on the Walk of Fame with the band War out in Hollywood Boulevard in L.A. Stan is, I believe, 78 years young now and still touring, still playing, still crushing. He's such a good buddy of ours. And as you know, we did the Sad Mississippi Blues video together out on the cemetery. We had a wonderful time doing that. And Stanley loves Deadwood, I think, as much as I do, too. He loves to come out here. He loves the history and the vibes. So Stanley will be here jamming with me all weekend, and or at least Friday, Saturday. And then sounds like Sunday we got the blues brunch, right?
Blues brunch, yeah. We're going to have something just a touch bit more mellow. Not that it's not going to be a party, but by that time we're on day 3 of the hangover.
Yep.
So we'll be up at the Deadwood Mountain Grand. Tickets are available for that as well separately. It is included in your VIP package. It's limited to 200 people, an intimate, acoustic-ish styled blues jam featuring some of our favorites and yours from the Deadwood Blues Festival. Makes it a whole 3-day event, and thank you for jumping on board every single segment of that. Yeah. We really appreciate it. You and Vince Converse and Johnny Hastings and Brandon Sprague and a whole bunch of others that are well known in our region.
Johnny, Brandon, all the cats. We're gonna have a great time.
And then we mixed it up this year. We got some international flavor. We have a young lady that we were introduced to from one of the people who's on the team. Her name is Jessie.
Okay.
Jessie has been familiar with this young lady for a while. She worked at a museum in Bainbridge Island off of Seattle. Okay. And this woman's name is Nardia. She is Australian. Okay. And she just happened to be in the States when we got a hold of her because she placed out of 400 in the individual blues segment of the IBC Challenge down in Memphis. She placed 4th out of 400.
Wow.
So a top 5 person coming back to the States to record her debut album. She's got a great team of managers and producers. And like, hey, while you're in Nashville, why don't you just drive 15 hours and come party with us? So
yes, she said yes.
She said yes. Yeah. We're spreading it international. We got a great guy named Shaban Tiger from Oklahoma. In addition to all of our favorites from around the region, we wanted this first year to make sure there were a lot of familiar faces, and of course, Kingfish and Samantha Fish. I'm assuming you've had the pleasure of seeing them.
I have indeed. I've actually worked with Samantha a number of times. We've supported a handful of her shows, including some amazing sellouts. We did a one sellout show in the Fine Line in Minneapolis, which was a fabulous show. And speaking of trailers breaking down and vans breaking down, I sent my tour manager and van to save the show. My guy literally left from the venue and went and picked him up in Black River Falls, Wisconsin. Picked up all Samantha Fish and all of her crew and drove them back to the gig. We got there just in time, pulled off to the sold out show. It was just one of them rock and roll stories you can't make up.
Yeah.
But, as you can see, it happens to all of us. Exactly. You drive as much as we do. It's inevitable. It'll happen. But Samantha's absolutely fabulous. We worked with her in Kansas City in her hometown before as well. And my buddy Nicholas David, who plays for me frequently, Nicholas was out on the road with her for about 2 years.
Beautiful.
And they were actually out in when COVID hit, they were out in Europe. So I think they skipped like 8 flights to get home from thing. But Samantha's absolutely fabulous, and she's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. She's such a sweetheart, and obviously Kingfish, man, like what a talent, what a man. I mean, he is so good and such a pure channel of blues. I actually had the pleasure of playing in his hometown. I believe he's from there, Clarksdale, Mississippi.
Correct. Yes.
At the Crossroads, and I played Ground Zero, Morgan Freeman's club there. And boy, they all he's like their little cousin. Everybody loves him like family. And speaks so highly of him. And so what a treat, man, to have those two together. For the inaugural Blues Fest. I mean,
I don't know where we're going to go from here. Somebody go wake Stevie Ray Vaughan up and get him up here.
It's great. You got some of the best in the game. So
and they're young and they're relevant. Not that older people in blues aren't relevant. Those are the people that came before us. Like, for example, I saw Buddy Guy when he was 88 years old, and that guy still kills it. Yep. But it's nice to see people much younger than me, younger. I think Kingfish is 26, just carrying on that tradition and tearing it up on stage. I was telling you earlier, we went and saw him in Omaha. Samantha played about 12, 13 songs. Kingfish played 6 because his solos are that amazing. Yeah. You should have seen Ethan. He's sitting there. The preacher is just like enraptured. He's like, I found my new religion. It's in that guitar.
And the dude started working the floor, man. Yeah. He's just virtuoso, man. Just makes that thing sing.
Yeah, it's gonna be a wonderful time, and we're so excited for you to be a part of it, and to get the people back together. We kind of had an impromptu one after the Songwriters Festival. We had one after the Deadwood Jam a couple of times. Yep. You're out here quite a bit, as you mentioned, with the Songwriters Festival and some other venues that you play. So thanks for swinging by and taking the time. And anything else you want to let the people know? It's markjosephmusic.com, right?
Yeah, it's markjoseph-music.com. That's the website. And we're out all summer long. So come see us wherever you're at. This summer, lucky Midwesterners get me all summer long. There's so many shows to do here. I'm playing. It's pretty much Chicago to the Black Hills, Fargo, and UP and around. We're just staying in the upper Midwest where I'm born and raised in Minnesota, and so it's pretty cool. Actually, I love playing in our home zone, and it's busy. I'm on the road steady, so come see a show. Come hang out with us, and we appreciate the support. It's been great already. We've been on the road for 6 weeks or whatever already. So everybody's just been wonderful. Minnesotans, when they get to go outside in the spring and summer, they go wild. Somebody was asking me the other day what kind of venues I play in the summertime. I go, what? We play outside, dude. We play outside is what we do. But it's all good. We're excited, and I have a new record coming later this year. It's called The Baddest Man. And it's a very exciting project that I've been actually sitting on for a couple of years for various reasons. But it's a true story about a leader of the Dixie Mafia in the 60s and 70s, and I wrote the whole record about his life. It's pretty at times dark. It's a true story. It's one of these kind of a very American stories that it's kind of a real it's got a real kind of that paradox between good and evil, and right and wrong, and what plays out in between. The old ways of the kind of the old school mafia ways, and the Southern Mafia, the Dixie Mafia, which a lot of people don't know much about. Everybody knows about the Al Capones and the Meyer Lanskys and the New York Mafia and things like that. But the Southern Mafia was a whole different thing. And I learned a lot about it in this process. I went down to Georgia and spent time with the family. I got their blessing to make this record. And
nice.
It's really special for me as a writer to present something that I've spent so much time on, but also did a lot of work and research on, and traveled to kind of pursue this writing experience that kind of it hit me like a lightning bolt. I didn't sit and plan it out; it just happened, and I started chasing after it. So this has been about 3 years in the making, and so I'm excited to release that later this year. You'll hear some of the songs at the Blues Fest.
Awesome.
And if you come see me this summer, I'm playing a number of the songs off the record already. So
when you do something like that, I think back in the day, I don't know if anybody's making them anymore. I'm sure they are in different genres, but a concept album.
Yeah,
and
that's exactly what it is.
So when you put that together, when you're recording it and you're writing it, do you consciously, when you look at it, obviously you've got the through line talking about his life, but do you consciously go, all right, I need a banger in here, I need something like this, or does that just flow from you naturally?
It's a little bit of both. I mean, obviously, I'm as an artist, you take some liberties in the direction you go, but also in inspiration, though, that's the part where I feel like I try to make myself just a witness to the moment and just let it take me wherever it takes me.
Sure.
There's a little bit of both for sure, but it's like writing like that is pretty. It's like reading a book, right? Like every chapter is unique. There's different things to be said, different arcs and ebbs and flows to the arc of the story, and so that's kind of I let it kind of just speak to me, and it goes everywhere from talking about how this particular guy, his name was Billy Sunday Burt, how he was a wild party man. He was a life of the party. Everybody loved him. He was a ladies' man. He he walks in the room, the place would light up. All the way to him being in federal prison for 40 years, being on death row, almost going to the electric chair, having his sentence commuted by Jimmy Carter 12 hours before he was supposed to be executed, being taken out of federal prison in the middle of the night to be baptized against all authority and all laws that would have actually put the sheriff Earl Lee's kind of legend down there, but Sheriff Earl Lee took him out of federal prison to be baptized in the middle of the night. Things like this that are like stories that I think are worth sharing, worth telling, and at least inspired me. It's I kind of just I was taken by it, and I let that inspiration, I allowed it to just work through me, and the story came out in music form, and it's all true. And it's exciting, man. For me, it's a new day in the evolution of my writing style.
Sure.
And so it's exciting to present this, and I'm going to be doing more of these kind of things. Like you have to evolve in whatever craft you do, and songwriting is kind of amazing. It's infinite what you can do. There's a song behind every wall, behind every door. Every cigar, there's a story to be told, or shared. So, I'm excited to bring this one to life. So.
Awesome. Nice. Immediately when you're telling the story, it reminds me, and I'm going to get the name of the album wrong because I just listen to it all the time. After they played the Deadwood Jam, Northern Colorado band, I don't know where they're at now, the Yoppers. And they have a concept album, which is very French themed, and a boy in a well, and that type of thing.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing to watch that art. So you can catch that, The Baddest Man record coming out sometime. I'm sure he'll let you know on all the social medias, and he'll be playing a few songs for Deadwood Blues Fest of that. Of course, Palisades Beach, and Stanley Barron's coming to join us.
Yes, sir.
That guy's got more stories than anybody I've ever met.
Indeed.
Yeah.
He does.
It's just, he sits up there, and plays his harmonica. And
he likes his peaches juicy. We figured that out.
Nice. Yeah. And he is not afraid to share his opinions, and I love that.
That's right.
That man is, he's got his stern.
Yeah, he knows where he stands.
Awesome. Yep. Well, check him out, markjoseph-music.com. On all the social medias, you can find him. He's going to be back for Wild Bill Days on Saturday. Active tour schedule, all like I said, up and down the upper Midwest. Make sure you check him anywhere you can. Support live music, especially original live music by good friends who are part of our community. Even though you don't live here, you're here a lot. I think you play here 4 or 5 times a year, various iterations of your band and that type of thing. So we think of you as a local. So
we appreciate it, man. I love you guys so much, and I appreciate all the support. You always been in my corner, and man, you guys are doing great things too. So congratulations on the new event. It's exciting.
Thank you very much. It's going to be great. Yeah. And of course, we have to do this part. Go get your tickets right now. DeadwoodBluesFest.com. Limited VIP tickets available. That's the Silverado Outlaw Deck, the Franklin Veranda, the Roxino Patio. You get extra benefits like hanging out with Mark on Friday night. And then, of course, Saturday after the headliners, we got a huge jam down here again. Sunday brunch. Everything is DeadwoodBluesFest.com. Tickets start at $49 all the way up to about $300 if you want all the goodies, free cigars, free t-shirts, meet and greets, all that good junk.
VIP, dude. Do the VIP.
It's the only way to go. Yeah, man. If you can't do that, I understand. Times might be a little bit tougher. Party pit up front, $89, limited to 300, private bar, just you. That's where all of the artists are going to be that aren't on stage. They're going to be hanging out there with 300 buddies, just bouncing, having a great time. DeadwoodBluesFest.com. Ethan, anything you want to add? We kind of ignored you for this one.
Man, I'm appreciative that you guys would break down and come in. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for fucking up your whole tour and
you're
costing
welcome.
yourself money.
Well, it's funny how things roll. You never know. It's rock and roll. You never know where it's going to take you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Check it out, everybody. One more time, Mark Joseph. Appreciate it very much. I am Ike Candy Randy. That's Preacher back behind the board. This episode of Deadwood Tobacco Company DTC Blow and Smoke podcast brought to you by the Deadwood Blues Fest and Beer and Seltzer. Cheers.
Cheers.
special, baby.